Number 8, the last one. We'll just deal with this one. It's a few more than I want to deal with, but we'll deal with 8. Go ahead.
Weakening of the Roman legions. For most of its history, Rome's military was the envy of the ancient world.
Go ahead.
But during the decline, the makeup of the once mighty legions began to change. Unable to recruit enough soldiers from the Roman citizenry, emperors like Diocletian and Constantine began hiring foreign mercenaries to prop up their armies. The ranks of the legions eventually swelled with Germanic Goths and other barbarians. So much so that Romans began using the Latin word barbarus in place of soldier. While these Germanic soldiers of fortune proved to be fierce warriors, they also had little or no loyalty to the empire.
Go ahead.
And their power-hungry officers often turned against their Roman employers. In fact, many of the barbarians who sacked the city of Rome and brought down the Western Empire had earned their military stripes while serving in the Roman legion.
So one mistake Rome made, and it goes back to them wanting to be in everybody's business. They need more soldiers. They need more military. They spreading out, and now they saying, well, we need more military. You know what? It don't matter. If you were born in America, you can be Asian American. You can be, I don't know, Arab American, whatever. You could be anybody. You can practice your religion. It don't matter. We just want you in our military. Well, guess what that also opens the door for? Sleeper cells. Right. People that come in your military that don't give a damn nothing about your country or nothing. They just there to find out your tactics and report it back to their people in their land. Give me Jeremiah 51, verse 6.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and 6.
Come on.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
So this Babylon right here is twofold. It's going into ancient Babylon, and it's also going into Babylon the Great. Future prophecy. Go ahead.
And deliver every man his soul.
Go ahead.
Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
So I take that back. This Babylon is future Babylon. The reason you know is because we could not flee out of ancient Babylon because Jeremiah told us we would be there for 70 years. So I was wrong on that. That's not ancient Babylon. That's Babylon the Great today because we weren't able to flee out of the last one. If we tried to flee, we got put to death. Okay, so read it again.
Yes, sir. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
So it's the same thing you read in Revelation 18 and 4. Go ahead.
And deliver every man his soul.
Come on.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Be not cut off in her iniquity. America got sins that the Lord is going to judge it for. He want us to come up out of them sins before he bring that judgment. Go ahead.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Because this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. God is angry with America. Go ahead.
He will render unto her a recompense.
He will render unto her a recompense. Read.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, nations are mad.
Therefore what?
Nations are mad.
Therefore, nations are mad. These nations are bugged out, crazy, out their mind because of the things that America has been pushing on this earth. Now they're confused. I want the money. We need the economic help, but we don't believe in homosexuality. There's somebody over there was saying, but I understand, but just let some of them be gay so we can get that money from America. They got them all confused, discombobulated, and it's making other countries like Uganda. Now, why you think African nations is joining BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, what's the C? China and South Africa. Why you think they starting to join together? Vladimir Putin, that dude right there is a recruiter. He go to Uganda. He said, man, I saw what they did when they flew that flag. Man, that was hella disrespectful. You know, if you were to invest with us, Russia, we would never do that to you. You understand? Didn't they just find some big golden nugget in Uganda, stuff worth like $1 billion, $2 billion, something like that? You remember China took Uganda's airport. Uganda couldn't pay the debt. They said, okay, let's get that airport up off for you. That's one of Uganda's biggest assets. They don't care. You understand? So that's what it means when it said, therefore nations are mad. Go ahead.
Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Go ahead.
Howl for her.
Howl for her.
Take blame for her pain.
Take balm for her pain. Go ahead.
Take balm for her pain.
Oh, put a little ointment on that little wound. Put a little ointment on God making fun of him. Put a little ointment on that wound. You heard me? Put a little ointment on it. You water, it won't hurt. Go ahead, read that for me.
Take balm for her pain.
Take balm for her pain. Go ahead.
If so be, she may be healed.
If so be, she may be healed. Go ahead.
We would have healed Babylon.
Go ahead.
But she is not healed.
She ain't healed. She's still wicked. Go ahead.
Forsake her.
Go ahead.
And let us go every one into his own country.
Come on.
For judgment reacheth unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the sky.
This the whole Revelation 18 we read right here. This some fire right here. Come on.
The Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God.
So we supposed to be in Babylon. We supposed to be teaching God's words and his righteousness. Come on.
Make bright the arrows. Gather the shields.
Read.
The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
Go ahead.
For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple.
So it's going in and out of prophecy, future and past. Go ahead.
Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon.
Set up the standard. The standard is the Bible. That's why God raised us up here in America first to teach our people. It says set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Go ahead.
Make the watch strong.
It said make the watch strong. That's where these brothers come in. You understand? The mighty soldiers, officers, captains, bishops, deacons. That's where that all come in. Make the watch strong. We need watchmen to look out for our people. Teach our people God's word and at the same time prophesy against this wicked kingdom. Go ahead.
Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes.
Go ahead.
For the Lord hath both devised and done that, which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
Here we go.
O thou that dwellest upon many waters.
The many waters is all the nations that he heap unto himself. We've been reading about it all day. Go ahead.
Abundant in treasures.
And he abundant in treasures because he steal wealth from other countries. Go ahead.
Thine end is come.
It's over with for you. That's what God's saying. You on a way down, decay and decadence. Go ahead.
And the measure of thy covetousness.
Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men.
He says, surely I will fill Babylon with men. Remember it said the many waters meaning he want all these different people from these different religions, creeds, countries, nations, tongues. He want everybody here because he covetous. Go ahead.
That's right.
As with caterpillars.
As with what?
Caterpillars.
Read.
And they shall lift up a shout against thee.
Pull up them pictures real quick about their military. I'm telling you, this ain't no game. The Most High know what he doing. He controlling them. They don't even realize they being controlled. Pull it up. Come on. Look at that. That's in the U.S. military now.
What?
Well, yeah. And he get to wear what he want to wear. He get to wear his turban and all that stuff like that. Y'all think this a game? They think it's a game. The Most High ain't playing. He said, I'm going to fill you with men. Caterpillars. Don't be within your ranks in the army. Go to the next one.
You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah, right. Look at this. Look at this. It's more. They able to wear their turbans, practice their religion, do their little 3 times a day praying and out with the prayer mat, all that, man. And Esau said, look, we got our hands full. We got too many places to govern. We need people that speak Arabic. We need the people that speak Amharic, Tigrian. We need people that speak all these languages, Spanish, Portuguese, all that. And we're going to put y'all in these particular countries to be diplomats, to be able to speak to these people, converse with these people. It ain't no game. God said, yeah, you think that's what you're doing, but I got caterpillars sitting amongst you. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Look at that. Moab in the army too. You know China wanted to smoke with America. They playing y'all. They shave their beard. They do put on a little buzz cut or whatever, tape it aside, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
they talk all white.
Moab go crazy too. Moab just shut up UNC Hospital. They just did it today. Moab
Wow.
go crazy too.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Go to the next one. So you got Moab. Look. Yep, Elam in there. Yeah, this ain't no game. Read verse 14 again. What God said.
The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying,
Go ahead.
surely I will fill thee with men.
I'm gonna fill thee with men with what?
As with caterpillars.
As with caterpillars. What caterpillars do? They eat from the inside. You don't even know a caterpillar into a worm, so he poke out the other side. Boop. You say, oh, damn, there's a caterpillar in there the whole time. I remember the little caterpillar, the little cartoon, the little caterpillar. He was driving in the little Apple car. You know what I'm talking about? I know his car.
He too young.
He said, I'm his car. I ain't watch no cartoon.
didn't have that in
What about you? You want to talk
I
about?
know
He's
you're
riding a
talking
little thing.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was inside of the apple. He poke his head out the other side of the apple. That's what he's saying. That's what a caterpillar do. He eat from the inside. You don't even know he there until he killed you and he come out on the other side. Right. That's what God's saying. He's setting this place up for. Now, remember we read earlier. Can you go back to what we read earlier? Somebody had some? Go back to Habakkuk 2 real quick. Verse 5. We read this earlier, but I'm going to read it again to reiterate the point.
The book of Habakkuk 2, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Yea, also because he transgressed by wine.
Because he transgressed by wine. Go ahead.
He is a proud man.
He a proud man. He don't even realize he being set up. He got sleeper cells amongst them. Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home.
And he don't keep at home. Go ahead.
Who enlarges his desire as hell.
Read.
And is as death.
Come on.
And cannot be satisfied.
Come on.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
Read.
And heapeth unto him all people.
Watch this. Go ahead.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
So he go to these places, that ain't his country, but he go in there, he increase, right? Like, for instance, they got something called economic hitmen. When America wants you to bend the knee, they don't send the jackals in right away. They try to be diplomatic with you. They try to sit down with you. They send a hitman in there, but he's an economic hitman. And what his job is to do is say, hey, I noticed y'all don't have an airport here. America would like to provide you with an international airport. Off our dime. It's all us. You just pay the loan back. And they thinking, damn, we broke, but with that airport, we can pay the loan and still make income and bring more people, more tourists in. Yeah, you know what? We'll sign on with you. And America jacked them prices up so high with interest and all that stuff. Before you know it, you can't sustain it. Some of these countries paying $1 million a month,
Damn,
$2 million
son,
a month trying to pay that back. They know you can't pay it. They know you can't sustain it. And guess what? In year 2 or 3, you come to them and say, hey, can we renegotiate the terms? Yeah, we can renegotiate the terms, but we don't want to renegotiate the terms.
The hell is this?
We want that airport. We want that infrastructure. We want that land that you got. And then what they do? Okay, but you know that land, that's why all our iridium is. They say, I know.
I know.
That mountain right there, that's why most of our cobalt and gold is. I know. Well, we provide our people money. It's okay. I'll provide them. We'll give them $1 a day to be down there in that mine, and they'll be dying from the excess fumes that come from the cobalt and the harsh conditions. And we won't provide health care. Why the woman got the baby strapped on her back?
Damn.
Yeah, we won't do that. That's what it's saying. We got to call her. Let them in. All right, caller, you better add to this show. Don't ask me no. I'm just been around. Caller be coming in. Hey, so I'm getting married next month, and we ain't talking about that. Let the caller come on in. I'm just kidding. Let the caller come on in. He's on the line. Hey, shalom, most high Christ bless. Oh, you hung up? Oh, okay, maybe because of what I see.
Too much pressure, Cap. It's too much
pressure. The question ain't had nothing to do with the class.
He said, oh,
damn, this ain't marriage council time? No, we getting on America. All right, look. So we read that, right? You read 6 all the way?
No, sir. Shall
Finish
not
it out.
all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say,
Go ahead.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Come on.
How long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay.
Come on.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And awake that shall vex, and awake that shall vex thee.
When it say awake, it's because they sleeper cells sitting in your military, positioning themselves to get that call. And when you hear, Allah Akbar, it's over with. Bomb gonna blow.
that's it.
That's exactly what's gonna happen, right? Hey, all praise. Hey, let me show you this video real quick. I gotta send y'all the video. Shout out to Captain. Oh yeah, he just sent it to me. All praise to the Most High. I'm gonna send y'all a video to pull up here in a minute, brothers. Read that again. Read that last part again.
Yes, sir. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Come on.
How long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Go ahead.
And awake that shall vex thee.
And awake that shall vex thee. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Come on.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Because God said it's because you spoil many nations. You don't realize America has been at war with Afghanistan and all of those stands for a long time, brothers. Think about it. 9/11 happened in 2001, right? I was 11 years old. I'm young. I was 11 years old when that happened. That was, 22 years ago, right? Them kids that was 9 years old, 10 years old, was around my age that saw that happen, have made their way to America. And they come here, they're exchange students, they get good grades, they well-spoken, they come engulfed in the American culture. In the back of their mind, they being coached. When you old enough and when you in the right position, we're going to give you that call to make your country proud, to avenge the death of your mother and your father when they drop them bombs on you. Y'all think this is a game. This ain't no game. These people's lives have been destroyed by Babylon, and they want this place off the map. And they're going to do whatever in their power to get it done. So they in the military, they in your schools, they in your colleges, all they do, in your hospitals, all that. And they just waiting for that moment to get that call. When they get that call, it's going down. Read verse 8 again.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Let's read.
Because of men's blood.
Because of men's blood.
And for the violence of the land.
And because of the violence of the land. Come on.
Of the city and of all that dwell therein.
And of all that dwell therein. Brothers, sisters, this is not a game. We living in a place that is decaying slowly. The Lord
That's
is
right.
eating from within by caterpillars. All right, y'all had that article?
Yes,
Pull it up
sir.
real quick. Shout out to Captain Aye. Play it.
Now let's move from boosters to borders, specifically the bloody border between Yemen and Saudi Arabia. A chilling new report has been released today. It's by the Human Rights Watch. Now this report details the horrors experienced by asylum seekers. It talks about Saudi border guards and how they brutally murder unarmed Ethiopian refugees, how they use artillery shells on groups of migrants or shoot them at point-blank range. And I repeat, most of the victims are unarmed. They're fleeing war. Remember, Ethiopia saw a bloody war in Tigray for 2 years, and now there's violence in the Amhara region. So a lot of Ethiopians are fleeing conflict. Many are smuggled to the Yemen-Saudi border by human traffickers. They're exploited at every turn, only to be tortured or murdered by Saudi border security. Saudi Arabia denies all these allegations. A Saudi official has called this report baseless. But it's not the first such report. Here's more.
A new horror has cropped up along Saudi Arabia's border with Yemen. The burial sites of hundreds of murdered refugees, of Ethiopian asylum seekers who were blown apart by mortars, shot at point-blank range, often for the amusement of the shooters. And who are the ones being accused of this barbaric behavior?
Hey, pause it real quick. Go back to that picture. So I want to let y'all know something. Go back to that image real quick. Go back just a little bit to the picture. No, to the picture that on the picture on the actual video. It paused and showed a whole bunch of people in a little area. Okay, y'all see these people, brothers and sisters? These are our people. The Amharic people of Ethiopia are our people. The Tigray people of Ethiopia, those are our people. Beta Israel. I've done extensive studies. I got books to show you. These are our people. And that's the reason that Ishmael is angry with them and Babylon is angry with them. Nipsey Hussle, he was from Eritrea. Those are our people. You understand? The Indian Ocean slave trade, many Arabs took our people on slave ships over the Indian Ocean and took them to Yemen, like this they trying to cross the border now. They took them to Iran, Iraq. That's why you got Afro-Iraqis, Afro-Iranians. You got Afro-Sri Lankans. It's a reason for that. Sri Lanka is a small country, the south border of India. Israelites there. The CDs, that's how they got there. They came from Ethiopia, brothers. They came from Eritrea. I'm telling you, them is our people. We need to understand why the Bible says beyond the borders of Ethiopia, my suppliants, them is our people. That's why this is happening to them right now. So what us showing is we're showing you that it's a lot of oppression that's going on across the world. It ain't just coming from Esau. Ishmael is in on it too. But Ishmael is amongst Esau, ready to destroy him. He got it in the back of his mind. And these brothers and sisters are being enslaved to this day by them same people. All right, so I'll pray. You can drop that. I got to move on a little bit. Read verse 12 in Habakkuk 2.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 12.
Come on.
Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood.
So woe to him that buildeth the town with blood. Go ahead.
And establish a city by iniquity.
And he established his city by iniquity. How you know that? Because he killed his Native American Indians and then he set up a church. Come on, man. That's wickedness. Set up a government system. He was unfair to them, but then he put you in jail for murder. He had to do what he had to do to eradicate them and move them out the way, and then he set up a government system on top, condemning people for the same thing he just did to them to even get the government. God says, woe unto them for that thing, man. Read it again.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Read.
Establish a city by iniquity.
Establish a city by iniquity. Esau done so much wickedness on this earth, he's paranoid. He got to protect himself. That's why he want to boost his military. And in his effort to boost his military, because he don't want to get destruction, he don't want to get destroyed, he letting sleeper cells in his military, don't even know it. So God said, okay, you think you got me this way? I got you that way. You ever play tic-tac-toe? You box somebody in, it's over with for them. They can't go nowhere. Like, I got you two ways, baby. You put the X there, I'm put the 0 here. You know what I'm saying? Put the O there. All right, that's how the Lord is. He got them boxed in because they arms too short to box with God. You had something? Go ahead. I saw you had something. You did?
You got some real quick. Can you give me Sirach 34 and verse 21 real quick? Because like you said, when we travel and go to these other islands, we see a lot of poverty, right? Let's see what God says about Esau.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life.
So I was watching a movie called Blood Diamond.
Right.
You know, they do the same thing that you're bringing out. They have all those people in that hole digging for diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
A man of what?
Blood.
So that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with these horrible men, you know, these nations that don't love us. But a good example would be like when Columbus and Cortez or Ponce de Leon, when they landed in Puerto Rico, they named the lands after themselves. But you get there and there's no more riches. How is it called the land of Puerto Rico?
Right.
And it's poor as hell with LBGT everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So next verse real quick.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
Like you said, they put an airport there, and they put him in so much debt that they can never pay it back. It says, you read it again, he that taketh away
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
So you don't have to physically kill somebody to be a murderer, read?
Right.
And he that defrauded the labor of his hire
And they didn't pay the slaves, the Native Americans, right? Read?
is a bloodshedder.
A blood shedder. So going back to that scripture that you brought out about the blood.
That's right. That's fire right there. That's fire. Hey, so let's move. We're gonna run through these real quick. Give me them images of the eagle. Give me Obadiah 1:1.
The book of Obadiah 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom.
Go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Read.
And an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Go ahead.
Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle.
You hear that? It says an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye. So there's going to be someone amongst the other nations outside of Edom and say, look, man, let's stop taking their crap. Let's rise up against them in battle. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
So they small among the heathen. Read.
Thou art greatly despised.
Then everybody hate him. Go ahead.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
And because he a proud man, he deceived. Go ahead.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Because he from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
Come on.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That means he got power for him to ask, who gonna tear me down? Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
As the what?
As the eagle.
As the what?
As the eagle.
So this pride, these are the attributes of the so-called white man. And this is how you know. You can put us up in a picture in the corner. This how you know this talking about the white man. This ain't talking about no Arab.
Yes, sir.
Everybody don't hate the Arabs. Stop listening to these fools saying that. You know when people say stupid stuff like that, they trying to deter your faith. They trying to get you to go back into sin. Why else would I be so gun-ho on saying Esau ain't the white man?
The hell is this?
If he ain't the white man, brothers, we got to do this all over again. The Bible says he got to be the last kingdom on earth. So if Ishmael is the East, is Esau is the East Saudi Arabia. You know how this nigga say East Saudi Arabia. If that's him, we got a whole nother slavery. I ain't going back into slavery. That's over with. We done our time. Now we coming up out of this. You understand? It's time for us to wake up and repent and keep the commandments of God, man.
That's right.
It said, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle and thou set thy nest amongst the stars. Show me that image. There you go. Read that again for me, officer.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
So here go his attributes. He going to exalt himself as the eagle. That's going to be his favorite symbol. That's going to be his national bird. He going to be greatly despised. He going to be the smallest nation on earth. Y'all do realize white people is the smallest nation on earth. Y'all ain't realize that? Israel, we had the sand of the sea.
That's right.
You put us all together, Judah, all the way down to Naphtali, we outnumber everybody. But then you got these Edomites, which are the least of all the nations. They small amongst the heathen. They are despised amongst the heathen. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Go ahead.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Read.
Thence will I bring thee down.
Thence, when you go to the moon in 1969, when they said the eagle has has landed. When they said that, the Bible said what?
Thence will I bring thee down.
They was on their way down from that point. This age of decay and decadence has gone forth. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord. And you can't break this because God said it. You understand? And God said your ass coming down. How do we know that? Show me the January 6th TikTok video. How do we know they coming down? They go by desperate means to destroy black people, man. They go out their way to destroy us. Man, they know who we are, too. They know we the Israelites. That's why they give you hell on your job. That's why some of these sisters go to job, they say, you're going to have to wear the uniform. Right. Well, can I at least wear a skirt? Nope, you got to wear pants. What is it about me wearing pants? Well, you got to wear it. I sit on the forklift all day. What are you talking about? I got to wear pants for. I'm telling you, these folks wicked. Oh, your dress might get caught in the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt? I work in the office in the cubicle. Right. The conveyor belt way on the other side of the building. What you talking about? I don't know. You may be over there. That's foolishness. You can't have your head covered. Right. You can't be off on Saturday. They try to oppress us so much so we won't keep God's law, so we'll just give up. But we ain't giving up.
That's right.
Ever. Go ahead. Show that. Play that video if you got it. Yep.
I witnessed the Capitol attack on January 6th in D.C. It's likely that I am the only non-Trump supporter in Gen Z to see everything happen in person. This is the story of how I ended up there. I document protests in New York City, but when I heard that there was a MAGA protest in D.C. on November 14th, I decided to check it out. This protest was insane, but got basically no mainstream media coverage. So I knew I had to catch whatever they were planning on doing on January 6th. I snuck into the Trump rally and saw Trump's speech where he told the crowd,
"Walk down to the Capitol, get your people."
Something that the media outlets really leave out is the amount of people that were there. They want to make it seem like there was a few hundreds, but there were literally thousands and thousands of people. And yes, I was wearing 3 KN95 masks the whole time, and you would too, because these people are the definition of anti-maskers. A lot of people have seen images I took of the MAGA white supremacists climbing the side of the Capitol. I made a video about the whole event that was too violent for TikTok that Michael Rappaport reposted. It went viral there and on Twitter, and the FBI even tracked me down to my apartment to question me. Honestly, I'm still really traumatized because I witnessed the Capitol.
Look at all them good old Christian white folks. Look at all them good old Christian people. Look at them. They just all just such good people. Right. Then a woman gets shot. Then the brother had to put a woman on her back. She came to pow. He shot her. She right above her. Yep. They busting up in the Capitol. Oh, man. This is crazy. But, you know, we would be called thugs. You know, they would have dropped nukes on our ass. Yeah. They say, look, clear out the whole D.C. We finna drop bombs on these niggas. If that had been us, bomb would have been dropped on us.
And don't pass the gate.
And don't nobody know what church none of them go to.
Nope.
They don't know what church they go to. So this how you know America. You never thought you'd see something like this in your life. People busting into the Capitol, man. Come on, man.
The hell is this?
Give me that video of Kamala Harris real quick. Her allegiance is to white folks too, by the way. She married to Amalek.
Yep.
The devil the Bible speak of. Pull that up for us real quick. It's a little video of Kamala Harris. We're going to get you right. We're going to be all right. Pull it up.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Wait a minute, hold on. What? I'm confused. Something ain't right. Hold on. Something just...
She on some Thanos right now.
Kappa carry the one. The kids gonna drink clean water and have cleaner air. How they gonna do that? They dead. You gonna reduce population? They gonna die. What you talking about? They ain't gonna have the who's kids? Your kids? It ain't gonna be our kids. Our kids gonna be in this mother dead. That's what the whole thing is for. Reducing population. She just basically tell. And remember, there's a famous video that Bill Gates did the same thing. He said the same thing. She's saying the same thing. That show you these politicians have no power. Give me Ephesians 6 and 12. Ephesians 6 and 12. These politicians don't have no power, y'all. We working against spiritual wickedness in high places, y'all. These folks got power, man. Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what the world called Illuminati. That's the upper echelon of Amalek. That's all that. People that you can't see, you don't know their name, you ain't never seen them in person, never seen them out in public, none of that. They work in the shadows behind closed doors, and they report directly to Satan and his evil angels. Satan got realms, brothers and sisters. That's why it's murder over here in this particular city. Homosexuality in this city. Satan got thrones that he set up, and he said, okay, you the spirit of homosexuality, I want you to stay here. I want you to hover over San Francisco. You, the spirit of murder and violence, evil multitudes, I want you to be over Chicago. Why you think them spirits be there like that? And it keep happening because Satan got realms he set up. And these spirits are dwelling in your Anthony Fauci's, your Bill Gates. These people got way too much money to even be worried about trying to kill all these folks.
That's right.
They like, man, I told you, I got so much money. What can I do next? He kill a whole bunch of people. How that sound? I'm telling you, that's the evil that's in them, man. Revelation 12:12. Spiritual wickedness in high places. It's spiritual. Read that for me.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12.
Come on.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens.
Rejoice, ye heavens. Go ahead.
And ye that dwell in them.
And ye that dwell in them. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So they not naive enough to think that everything that they done is not going to be brought into judgment. Oh, they know that. They know that it's over. But they said, hold up, before we go down, everybody that we're going to take as many spirits down with us. That's why us in this truth, we supposed to be following after these commandments and diligently seeking the Lord and his kingdom and putting his work in. So don't be slothful in this truth. We got work to do. We need to have a hand in bringing this man down. I honestly agree and believe we do have a hand in it.
Yes,
God just ain't showed it to us yet. We out here teaching thou shalt not kill. That's changing the community. We teaching thou shalt not lie with man as with womankind. It's abomination. That's changing the community. Their numbers is dropping. Esau analytical. He look at his numbers. He said, hold up. The people that's watching these people are not buying Christmas gifts no more. They ain't buying no decoration. He tallying all that. Esau, I'm telling you, he got what's called KPIs. Key performance indicators. And what he do is he look at the KPI. He said, hold up. Since this particular YouTube page has been watched, people in Raleigh, North Carolina are less likely to kill their brother. That's it. Something going on. I'm telling you, you don't realize what God doing on this earth. Every time our brothers go out here and do the work, every time our sisters dress their modest apparel, it's a dent being put in Babylon. Right. And if you ever chop down a tree, you know you don't chop it down with one stroke. It take the same consistent stroke in the same area, and you nick at it, and you nick at it, and you nick at it, until that big old tree was knocked down with a small little hatchet like this.
That's right.
That's us. Hitting at this tree, and one day this tree gonna fall, and our king gonna come and redeem us.
Hey, Cat, can I back you up? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5:1.
Go ahead.
Read down to verse 2. Yeah, because we chopping it down. Esau, this kingdom is about to burn.
Mm-hmm.
Read.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Hey, the righteous man, we're not standing in great boldness. You just seen us the other week in Baltimore. You seen all them men marching through our neighborhoods? That's us standing in great boldness. We going into the hoods. We going into all types of areas where our people are at, and we bringing this kingdom down. Read.
And made no account of his labors. When they see it,
read.
They shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Every time they see that purple and gold marching through this country, they are troubled with terrible fear.
Right.
Go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. When they see them chariots pop through that sky, they're going to say, oh, man, it's over. Come on.
So far beyond all that they look for.
All praise to the Most High.
Hey, you know, I'm glad you said that. When they see them chariots, they're going to say, damn.
Right.
Them niggas one line.
That's right.
They said he was black, and we said no. I'm telling you, they're going to say, ain't no way they got that type of power and understanding. I'm telling you. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say them Negroes was not lying. All right.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word.